Why don't you introduce ourselves for our
Oh,
viewers?
Deputy Chief James Piggott.
And we are talking about a 51-year-old lady from Keansburg. Why don't you give me the details when you got the call, when you heard about it, and what happened?
Right, we responded at about 11:24 today. Captain Allfrey, Michael Allfrey, and Patrolman James Nelson, William Brink, and Dennis Valley were sent to 16 Ocean View Avenue to check on the welfare of a Julia Smith, age 51. Mrs. Smith had been on the phone with a social worker, was distraught over the fact that her neighbor apparently has power of attorney over her and had put one of her dogs to sleep. And Mrs. Smith told the social worker that she was going over to the neighbor's house with a grenade. The social worker called Monmouth Medical Crisis, and they in turn called us. The officers responded, and Allfrey and Nelson located her on the front porch with the grenade in her hand. State police now tell us that it's a live grenade. When they discovered what she had in her possession, they called for additional assistance. Chief O'Hare, myself, Captain Michael Piggott, Lieutenants John White, Bill Nagel, Sergeant Gary Kroneberger, Detective Dave Gogan responded, along with Chief Victor Amato of the Humane Society. They then began to negotiate. Allfrey, Nelson, and the chief with the woman. They were about 6 to 10 feet away from her. She was sitting on her front porch. In between the officers and the accused was a gate. The officers were behind the gate, so obviously they couldn't rush her, which they had no intention of anyway.
She had the grenade in her hand.
Grenade in her hand. Also, she had a butcher's knife on the porch with her, a large butcher's knife, about a 12-inch blade. They were talking to her. She started to complain that she was out of money. Social workers wouldn't give her any money. At that time, the chief then offered her $100 if she would give them the grenade. She turned the grenade over to the chief, and the chief in turn gave her $100. She then grabbed the butcher's knife. After about 6 more minutes, the Nelson and Allfrey then got her to give up the butcher's knife, and she was taken into custody without incident. The grenade was placed in the chief's unmarked Durango, driven up onto the beach, where the bomb squad came down to take possession of the hand grenade.
At the point when we arrived, the bomb squad had taken care of the grenade. And
no, they still hadn't been there, Sean.
Okay.
We were still waiting for them.
Okay, so how will the grenade be taken care of, just as a side to the story?
They're gonna. That's up. I don't know how they. I don't know if they're gonna. What would be the word? Deactivate it at the scene, or just take possession of it. I don't know how they would do that.
Any